best way to keep your balls of yarn from tangling is to put one ball of yarn in the front and one in the back. So let's see. And keep each ball of yarn, one on one side and one on the other side. Okay, if you put them both in your purse or both in the same bag, they're going to get tangled. So keep them separate. See how I've got my yarns going different directions? This one's in the front and this one's in the back. And the next thing you need to do is when you switch between your socks, be careful about where you put your yarn when you're done with it. So I'm just going to knit one whole round and show you what I do with the yarn. Okay, pulling out the back needle. Let's just begin knitting here. Okay, we're halfway through that round. So now I've got this ball of yarn that I was using. I'm done with it for now. So I'm going to go ahead and put it to this side because that's where the ball of yarn is. I'm going to put it over in front of my hand and then just move my hand like that. I want this yarn in the back because I'm knitting, so I'm going to go put that in the back and see how they're staying nice and separate like that. Alright, so knitting the other half of the first half of the other sock. Alright, now just leave this ball of yarn to the front. You can see that this one's in the back, and right now they're crossing, and that's okay because I'm not ever going to move my balls of yarn. Don't ever move your balls of yarn. Don't ever pick them up and switch where they are to untangle them because that is too much movement and you don't need to, okay? So instead, just be careful about what you do with these, and they should always stay untangled. And as I finish this, I'll show you every circumstance in which they should get tangled and what to do about it. So right now they're not tangled, there's just one's in the front going to the left where that ball of yarn is and one's in the back, and they're totally separate. And I think if you keep one in the front and one in the back at all times, each over on the side that the ball of yarn is, then you should be okay. But this can get really frustrating for some people. If your balls of yarn are tangling up, please take the time to practice keeping them untangled because they don't need to be tangled. Remember, if this isn't easy and fast, you're not doing it right. Alright, so I am going to put this to the back just because it feels more natural. I'm going to bring this one to the front because it's pulling over here. I want to get it close here. I don't want it to go around like this and get tangled like that. So just keeping it to the front like that, separate. I'll do the last part of this whole round, the last half of the last sock. Alright, and when I'm done here, I'm going to turn my work and you can see that it's untangled again. So it was like that with one in back and one in front. I turn my work and let's see, where do I want to put this one? I think I'll put this one in front and this one in back to keep everything nice and separate. Alright, so just practice that until you can keep them separate. Just put them on the side that they're supposed to be, the side that the ball of yarn is. Alright, happy knitting.